Abolition of nuclear weapons may sound idealistic, but in Japan, which experienced Hiroshima and Nagasaki, this is necessarily an unavoidable theme. Today, there are about 500 nuclear warheads in the world. Most are held by the United States and Russia. Their military value is said to lie in being unusable weapons that exercise deterrence. But deterrence may, like a flood, sweep everything away. A wrong judgment, an accident, a seizure by terrorists. Once used, the civilized world ends. Survivors of the bombs have kept telling their partly remembered stories. Burnt skin, radiation sickness, black rain. Things a human must not do to another human. In 2017, the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons was adopted at the UN. 122 countries voted in favor, but all nuclear armed states were excluded. Japan, though the only country to have been bombed, did not join the treaty because of its security policy. This contradiction is a great issue in Japanese society. Depending on America's nuclear umbrella while calling for abolition, this tension remains the subject of ethical and security debate. Nuclear weapons, once made, are hard to remove, but humanity has banned chemical and biological weapons too. With political will, nuclear weapons should also be capable of abolition. The average age of survivors has passed 80. The era when we can hear living testimony will soon end. To pass their experience accurately to the next generation is our responsibility. The flame at Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park has continued to burn without ceasing. The day that flame goes out is the day nuclear weapons are abolished.
The Jewish religion has a history of 500 years. It is also a root of Christianity and Islam. The stories of the Old Testament are among the most widely read of humanity's myths. Noah's Ark, Moses leading the Exodus, David and Goliath. These stories form the principal foundation of Western culture. The history of the Jewish people has also been a history of persecution, exile by ancient Rome, discrimination in medieval Europe, the 20th century Holocaust. Extensive discrimination continued, yet Jewish communities continued to preserve their own culture and faith. Worship at the synagogue, the Sabbath, the Passover. Tradition was passed down across generations. Jewish culture, which values knowledge, produced many outstanding figures: Einstein, Freud, Kafka, Spielberg. Scholarship, art, business, science. In every field, Jewish contributions should be credited. But today's Israeli-Palestinian conflict is a serious problem since the founding of Israel in 1948. The conflict between the two has continued. Both sides have justified claims and both have victims. Religion and ethnicity hold the power to generate both love and hatred, rather than exclude others to choose coexistence. That is the goal of a civilized society. Religion can be a tool that divides people, or a tool that unites them. That choice lies in the hands of each believer. Of Japanese traditional crafts, there are techniques that have continued for hundreds of years. Kyoto lacquerware, Ishikawa's Wajima lacquer, Okinawa's Ryukyu glass. Artisans often begin with a long apprenticeship. Mr. Tanaka, a gold leaf artisan in Kanazawa, has walked this path for 40 years. The work of making gold leaf of 0.1 millimeters thick is largely done by hand. He beats gold and extends it thin. Without skilled technique, the gold tears. Mr. Tanaka's hands are proof of 40 years of doing this work. Gold leaf is used on Buddhist statues, temples, and crafts. It is an essential material for the expression of Japanese art, but the successor problem is serious. Young people go to cities and choose industrialized mass production work. Few young people learn the handmade craft. Mr. Tanaka too keeps searching for apprentices. But the belief that it does not make money keeps the young at a distance. The government also increases investment to protect traditional crafts. A system for passing down skills, grants for young artisans, expanding sales abroad. The power of social media is also great. Mr. Tanaka posts the process of making gold leaf on Instagram. Interest from people overseas has begun to influence young Japanese too. Tradition is not something to be preserved, but something to be kept alive, adapting to the modern era in new forms, while not losing the core technique. That is true succession. Mr. Tanaka says whether this skill will remain 100 years from now depends on the choice of each one of us.
Having worked for 30 years as the deputy branch manager of a bank, I retired at the mandatory age. On my last day, my younger colleagues gave me a bouquet and a handwritten letter. The letter said, "Thank you for the things you reminded us of." I had never been an imposing manager, but I had urged sincerity in my subordinates. After retirement, my wife and I set off on an around-the-world trip on a luxury cruise ship, 3 months at sea. The ship traveled the Mediterranean, the African coast, and the Gulf of Mexico. At each port we bought items, but even luxurious days grow tiring. Lavish meals, dinners in formal dress, and polished evening music, a pretty similar pattern.
continued every day. My wife and I, moreover, gained more time to talk. It was time to rebuild the close relationship we had not been able to have in our working years. Our son's birthday, our daughter's wedding, the story of how we helped raise our grandchildren. We would record our memories while also talking about plans for the future. The guests on the ship, as an observer would see, were divers. Retired bankers, writers, lawyers, everyone had walked a different life. We talked with an elderly couple. The husband was 76. Life is a continuing series of stages. He laughed. Life has stages: youth, maturity, old age. Each stage has its own unique beauty. I want to live the rest of my life with gratitude.
Soldiers who come back from a battle site may find that the battle does not end when they return to society. Substance abuse, suicide, family collapse due to PTSD. Even if one survives the war, lives can still be lost in the years that follow. My friend Michael was a US soldier who fought in Iraq. After returning home, he would panic or become angry even at small sounds. The sound of fireworks, the slam of a car door. These reminded him of the explosions of the battlefield. Michael also could not sleep and suffered from nightmares. His wife tried to support him, but life with him, as he grew aggressive, was hard. Michael then came to rely on drugs. A veterans support organization reached out to him. Counseling, group therapy, dialogue with comrades. Michael slowly recovered. Now he does work to support other veterans. War may break you, but it does not have to define you. Politicians start wars, but it is the young who fight. Care after return is the responsibility of the nation that sent them to war. It is not only soldiers who suffer PTSD, victims of abuse, those struck by disaster, because wounds of the heart are invisible. They remain long. For society to turn its eyes to the wounds of the heart and build a system of support. That is the condition of a kind society.
In 2022, debate over LGBTQ+ rights grew active. Marriage for gay couples, respect for gender identity, the enactment of a non-discrimination law. Japan has traditionally been said to have little plain prejudice against sexual minorities, but institutional support has lagged to assure same-sex marriage requires legal reform. But in the Diet, the proposal has repeatedly been abandoned. Tokyo and many other local governments have introduced same-sex partnership systems. Overseas, The situation is different. Countries recognizing same-sex marriage now include many countries and jurisdictions: the United States, Canada, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Taiwan. Opponents emphasize on traditional family values, but what is tradition? Is something correct simply because it has continued from the past? Younger generations are possibly more open on this issue. Some polls show over 80% of university students support same-sex marriage. Companies are moving to workplace environments that respect LGBTQ+ people. Diversity is a source of competitive strength. There are additional issues for transgender people. Strict requirements apply to changing legal gender. There is diversity in how people live their sexuality. The right for each person to live as themselves is one of the basic human rights.
In Japanese communities, old legends remain. Fox, tanuki, kappa, tengu, demons of hell. Stories about them have been passed down since childhood. These yokai are not mere products of imagination. They embodied the wisdom of our ancestors, used to explain natural phenomena. The fox is said to be the messenger of the deity Inari. Like a servant of the shrine, fox statues guard the entrance. The kappa is said to live near rivers. It has a dish on its head filled with water. Adults would urge children, be careful at rivers. The tengu lives in mountainous regions and has a red face and a long nose. It would test mountain ascetics. These stories taught children awe and fear of nature. They emphasize that humans cannot rule nature. Today yokai have become characters in manga and anime. Pokemon and Spirited Away bear strong influence from Japanese yokai culture. As traditional customs are being lost through urbanization, yokai continue to live in new forms. They are a source for the imagination of creators. Even in the age of rationalism, when everything seems explainable, we have not lost our sense of the invisible. At night, walking a mountain path, one suddenly turns and feels something is there. That sense is the core of Japanese yokai culture.
Living abroad, one sees both the good and the bad of one's own country. At 30, I was posted to the United States for 3 years for work. The first months brought surprise from cultural differences. Ordering for yourself at restaurants, the gesture of a shrug. Different kept appearing. Americans are direct. They do not try to hide their opinions or emotions. If they disagree, they argue clearly, openly. On the other hand, there is casualness, with someone in the same elevator. Small talk that is not rude begins immediately. But I also saw the dark side: gun crime, racial discrimination, the high cost of medical care. Millions of people have no health insurance, and if they get sick, they must fall deeply into debt. A homeless person carrying their gear lies at the foot of a skyscraper. Returning to Japan, I realized a new safety, cleanliness, the precision of time. In Japan, you can see a person walking alone at a station late at night. You would not see this in America. But Japan has its weaknesses too: conformity, pressure, overwork, high suicide rates. The individual is weak, and people often pay too much attention to the eyes of others. The experience of another culture is a mirror. While you come to know the other country, you see your own country more clearly. Experience abroad is made up of individual encounters. Together, they have shaped me as a person. The National Institute of Medicine in Tokyo is a cutting-edge lab. The director is Dr. Tanaka. The deputy is Dr. Sato. Today's event is the final presentation of a joint research project. Through collaboration with an American university, a new drug has been developed. The secretary, Yamada-san, prepared the presentation. The participants are male and female in roughly equal numbers. In the presentation, Dr. Tanaka explained the properties of the new drug's liquid compound. Even a tiny unit for experiments has an effect with few side effects. The new drug was developed for cancer patients facing an urgent need for new treatment. The conditions of the clinical trial were strict, conducted over 2 years. The participants' data were arranged in string-like graphs and projected on slides. The researchers stare at the screen. For transport of the drug load, steel containers are used. Temperature control is important. The graduate students of the lab also contributed to this achievement. Maybe in a few years they will be the next leaders. Dr. Tanaka, with a wan smile, said, "This drug will save many lives." I want to thank the research team, who deserve the credit. After the meeting, the participants headed towards the hotel for the dinner gathering. Science advances through the power of teamwork. Fashion Week, Paris. The world's top designers present their new collections. The models walking the runway look like beautiful paintings. They wear high-heeled shoes and gorgeous dresses. A crown of flowers decorates their heads as if they were queens. Stage staff run about in a hurry. We have no time, someone mutters. Makeup corrections, hair adjustments, final checks on costumes. The smell of staff meals drifts from the pan. After long hours of work, both staff and models are hungry. The designer apologizes. I am sorry, we have asked you to work without a proper break. But once the show begins, everything is beautiful like magic. With each step the models take, the venue holds its breath. Fashion is not mere clothing. It is a means of self-expression and a statement to society. In recent years, the fashion industry has been forced to change greatly. Environmental issues, workers' rights, diversity, criticism of fast fashion is rising. Young designers advocate ethical fashion. Use of recycled materials, fair labor conditions, inclusion of diverse body types. Clothes should be made in a way that does not sacrifice the earth. Major brands too are slowly changing. The pressure of if we do not change, we will not survive moves the whole industry. Fashion is a mirror of its era. The clothes we choose reveal what we value.